26 innocent lives were extinguished in an instant, victims of a senseless act of barbarity. The attack, attributed to the notorious Jaish-e-Mohammed terror group based in Pakistan, sent shockwaves throughout India. The nation mourned the loss of its citizens, the air thick with grief and anger. This wasn't just an attack on a few individuals, it was an assault on the very soul of India. The government vowed swift and decisive action. The perpetrators of this cowardly act would be brought to justice. Intelligence agencies went into overdrive, working tirelessly to identify the masterminds behind the attack and their network of support. The evidence was undeniable. The attack was traced back to terrorist camps operating with impunity within Pakistan. These camps, safe havens for terrorists, had become breeding grounds for hatred and violence, threatening the peace and stability of the entire region. India's patience had reached its limit. The time for words was over. The time for action had arrived. India's response was swift and devastating. Operation Sindoor, a meticulously planned and executed military operation, was launched on May 10, 2025. Its objective to dismantle the terrorist infrastructure operating within Pakistan and deliver a resounding message that India would no longer tolerate acts of terrorism against its people. The operation was unprecedented in its scale and precision. 11 key Pakistani Air Force bases known to harbor terrorist camps were targeted. Among them were the notorious camps at Rafiki, Murid, Nurakan, Rahim Yar Khan, Sakur and Chunian. These camps, long considered breeding grounds for terrorism, were obliterated in a symphony of fire and fury. But Operation Sindoor wasn't just about retribution. It was about crippling the enemy's ability to wage war. Key military installations, including airfields, radar sites and command centers, were also targeted. The damage inflicted was extensive, severely degrading Pakistan's ability to launch counter-operations. Operation Sindoor was a testament to the Indian armed forces' prowess and professionalism. The operation was carried out with pinpoint accuracy, minimizing collateral damage and ensuring that only legitimate military targets were hit. The message was clear. India would not hesitate to strike at the heart of terrorism, no matter where it was hiding. At the heart of Operation Sindoor lay a weapon of unparalleled power and precision, the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. Named after the Brahmaputra and Moskva rivers, symbolizing the Indo-Russian collaboration that birthed this technological marvel, the BrahMos is a force to be reckoned with. Developed jointly by India's Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, and Russia's NPO Mashinostroye Ednia, the BrahMos is a two-stage missile with a solid propellant booster for initial acceleration and a liquid-fueled ramjet for sustained supersonic cruise. This unique propulsion system allows the BrahMos to achieve speeds of up to Mach 2.8, making it one of the world's fastest cruise missiles. But speed is just one of the BrahMos' many virtues. Its range, currently exceeding 500 kilometers, is constantly being enhanced, with future variants expected to reach up to 1,500 kilometers. This extended reach allows the BrahMos to engage targets deep within enemy territory with pinpoint accuracy, making it a truly strategic weapon. The BrahMos' versatility is another key attribute. It can be launched from a variety of platforms, including ships, submarines, aircraft, and land-based launchers. This flexibility makes it a formidable weapon system capable of engaging targets in diverse operational environments. Section 5. Speed and Fury. The BrahMos advantage. The BrahMos missile's defining characteristic is its incredible speed. Traveling at Mach 2.8 or nearly 1 kilometer per second, it leaves traditional air defense systems utterly helpless. The speed diminishes the enemy's reaction time, making interception practically impossible. Imagine this: the BrahMos is launched. It streaks across the sky, a blazing spear of fire and fury. Before enemy radar systems can even detect its presence, let alone respond, it has already reached its target. The impact is devastating, a testament to the sheer kinetic energy unleashed by the missile's supersonic velocity. This speed also translates into increased survivability. The BrahMos spends less time in the air, minimizing its exposure to enemy defenses. It's a fleeting target, appearing and disappearing in a blink, leaving destruction in its wake. Furthermore, the BrahMos' high speed enhances its terminal effectiveness. The sheer kinetic energy at impact amplifies the destructive power of its 200 to 300 kilogram conventional warhead. This ensures the complete obliteration of the intended target, be it a hardened bunker, a command center, or a terrorist camp. Section 6. A showcase of indigenous technology. Operation Sindoor wasn't just a display of military might, it was a resounding affirmation of India's growing prowess in indigenous defense technology. It showcased the nation's commitment to Atmanirbhar Bharat, a vision of self-reliance in critical sectors, including defense. While the BrahMos is a shining example of Indo-Russian collaboration, India's contribution extends beyond joint development. Over the years, India has steadily indigenized various components of the BrahMos system, reducing its reliance on foreign suppliers. Furthermore, Operation Sindoor saw the deployment of a range of other indigenously developed defense systems. The Akash air defense system stood guard, its radar scanning the skies for any potential threats. The D4 anti-drone system, designed to neutralize hostile unmanned aerial vehicles, demonstrated its effectiveness in safeguarding Indian airspace. Sophisticated electronic warfare systems developed by Indian defense labs played a crucial role in disrupting enemy communications and blinding their radar systems. This electronic warfare prowess created a veil of confusion and disarray, paving the way for the BrahMos to strike with impunity. Section 7. The world takes notice. The reverberations of Operation Sindoor were felt far beyond the Indian subcontinent. It sent a clear message to the world. India was no longer willing to be a passive spectator to acts of terrorism. It had the capability and the resolve to act decisively to protect its interests. International reactions were mixed. Some nations expressed concern over the escalation of tensions, urging restraint and dialogue. Others, however, hailed India's decisive action against terrorism, recognizing the country's right to defend its sovereignty and its people. The operation significantly bolstered India's image as a regional power. It demonstrated the country's willingness to use its military might to shape the strategic landscape, challenging the status quo and sending a clear message to both its adversaries and its allies. The successful use of the BrahMos in a real combat scenario also generated significant interest from potential buyers. Several Southeast Asian and Middle Eastern countries, seeking to bolster their own defense capabilities, expressed keen interest in acquiring the BrahMos, recognizing its potential as a game-changer in modern warfare. Section 8. A new dawn for Indian defense. Operation Sindoor marked a watershed moment for Indian defense. It ushered in a new era of self-reliance, confidence, and assertiveness. It showcased the capabilities of the Indian Armed Forces and the maturity of its defense industrial base. The operation served as a powerful validation of India's long-term vision for its defense sector. The Make in India initiative, aimed at boosting domestic defense production and reducing dependence on foreign suppliers, gained significant momentum in the aftermath of Sindoor. The government announced plans to ramp up production of the BrahMos missile, both for domestic use and for export. New production facilities were commissioned, creating jobs and boosting the economy. The success of Sindoor had a ripple effect, invigorating the entire defense ecosystem. More importantly, Operation Sindoor instilled a renewed sense of pride and confidence in the Indian Armed Forces. It demonstrated their ability to conduct complex military operations with precision and professionalism, earning the respect and admiration of the nation. Section 9. The future of modern warfare. Operation Sindoor's legacy extends far beyond the immediate aftermath. It holds profound implications for the future of modern warfare. The operation underscored the importance of supersonic and hypersonic weapons. The BrahMos proved highly effective against time-sensitive targets. Sindoor highlighted the critical role of intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. Accurate intelligence allowed Indian forces to strike with precision. The operation underscored the need for robust electronic warfare capabilities. Electronic countermeasures played a pivotal role in the success of the BrahMos strikes. In conclusion, Operation Sindoor will be remembered as a turning point in modern military history. It marked the coming of age of Indian defense, showcasing the nation's technological prowess and strategic thinking. The BrahMos missile is a marvel of modern military technology. It stands as a testament to the joint development efforts of India and Russia. With its blistering speed of Mach 2.8, the BrahMos is one of the fastest missiles in its class. This speed makes it incredibly difficult to intercept. The missile's versatility is another defining feature. It can be launched from a variety of platforms, including ships, submarines, aircraft, and land-based launchers. This adaptability makes the BrahMos a strategic asset. The guidance system of the BrahMos is highly advanced. It utilizes a combination of inertial navigation, GPS, and active radar homing. This sophisticated system ensures pinpoint accuracy. It also allows for mid-flight adjustments and evasive maneuvers. The BrahMos missile is more than just a weapon. It is a symbol of India's growing technological prowess. With its induction into the Indian Armed Forces, the BrahMos has ushered in a new era of supersonic warfare, an era where India stands as a dominant force in the region. The world watched in awe as India unleashed the might of its military in Operation Sindoor. This operation, carried out on the night of May 9th, 2025, was a display of precision and power. It was a calculated response to a cowardly act of terrorism in Pahalgam on April 22, 2025. This attack had claimed the lives of innocent civilians, pushing India to the brink. Operation Sindoor was not a random act of aggression. It was a carefully planned and meticulously executed operation. Its objective was clear: to cripple Pakistan's air defense capabilities and deliver a message of deterrence. The operation involved the coordinated launch of 15 BrahMos missiles. These missiles targeted 11 of Pakistan's 13 major air bases. The operation was not limited to BrahMos missiles alone. India deployed a range of advanced munitions, including French Scalp missiles, Israeli Harop drones, and indigenous weapons systems. The targets were carefully selected, including radar installations, UAV hangars, and surveillance systems. These were the backbone of Pakistan's air defense network. Operation Sindoor sent shockwaves across the international community. It showcased India's willingness to take decisive action against those who seek to harm its citizens. India would no longer tolerate terrorism in any form. The success of Operation Sindoor lay in its precision. The strikes were swift, accurate, and devastating. The BrahMos missiles, with their supersonic speed and advanced guidance systems, proved to be the stars of the show. They hit their targets with pinpoint accuracy, leaving behind a trail of destruction. The air bases targeted in the operation were carefully chosen. These bases housed Pakistan's most valuable air assets, including F-16 fighter jets, JF-17 Thunder aircraft, and sophisticated air defense systems. By targeting these bases, India aimed to cripple Pakistan's ability to launch aerial attacks. The damage inflicted on the air bases was extensive. Runways were rendered unusable, hardened shelters were reduced to rubble, and command centers were knocked out of action. The strikes threw the Pakistani Air Force into disarray. They severely hampered its ability to operate effectively. The precision of the strike sent a clear message to Pakistan. It demonstrated India's capability to hit any target within its reach. The aftermath of Operation Sindoor was nothing short of chaotic. The targeted air bases were left in ruins. The Pakistani Air Force was scrambling to assess the extent of the damage and regroup. The operation had achieved its intended effect. It had crippled Pakistan's air defense capabilities and thrown its military into disarray. The damage to infrastructure was significant. Runways, hangars, and ammunition depots were destroyed or severely damaged. This disruption forced Pakistan to ground a significant portion of its air force. The loss of equipment was another major blow. Several high-value assets, including long-endurance UAVs and fighter jets, were either destroyed or damaged beyond repair. The operation also had a significant impact on the morale of the Pakistani military. Section 5, Cold Start Doctrine and Modi's assertive defense posture. Operation Sindoor was not an isolated incident. It was a manifestation of India's evolving military doctrine, a doctrine that has been shaped by the country's strategic realities and its determination to defend its interests. This doctrine, often referred to as the Cold Start strategy, emphasizes swift and decisive action against any adversary that threatens India's security. The Cold Start doctrine, though never officially acknowledged by India, has been a topic of much discussion and speculation in defense circles. It is seen as a departure from India's earlier posture of strategic restraint. This posture was often perceived as a sign of weakness by adversaries. The Cold Start doctrine, on the other hand, is all about taking the fight to the enemy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership has played a crucial role in shaping India's assertive defense posture. Since coming to power, Modi has made it clear that India will not hesitate to use its military might to protect its interests. He has also overseen a significant modernization of India's armed forces. This has given them the teeth they need to execute operations like Sindoor. Section 6, Atmanirbhar Bharat, empowering India's defense industry. Operation Sindoor was not just a display of India's military might, it was also a testament to the country's growing self-reliance in defense production. The operation saw the deployment of a range of indigenously developed weapons systems. This underscored India's commitment to reducing its dependence on foreign suppliers. The BrahMos missile itself is a shining example of India's success in the field of defense collaboration. While it was jointly developed with Russia, a significant portion of its production and integration has been localized in India. This has not only boosted India's defense industrial base, but has also given it greater control over the supply chain of this critical weapons system. The Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, or Self-Reliant India Initiative, launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2020, has provided further impetus to India's push for self-reliance in defense. The success of Operation Sindoor has sent a strong message to the world. India is well on its way to becoming a major defense manufacturing hub. Section 7, BrahMos, a catalyst for technological advancement. The BrahMos missile program has not only bolstered India's defense capabilities, but has also served as a catalyst for technological advancement in the country. The development and production of this supersonic cruise missile have led to significant spin-offs in various sectors, including aerospace, materials science, and propulsion technology. The BrahMos program has fostered a culture of innovation and excellence within India's defense research and development establishment. It has also led to the creation of a robust ecosystem of private sector companies that are contributing to the development and production of advanced weapon systems. The success of the BrahMos program has also inspired India to set its sights even higher. The country is now developing a hypersonic version of the missile, the BrahMos 2. This next-generation missile is expected to achieve speeds of Mach 7, making it one of the fastest and most potent weapons in the world. Section 8. Regional implications and the future of warfare. Operation Sindoor and the use of the BrahMos missile have profound implications for regional security and the future of warfare. The operation has underscored the growing military might of India and its willingness to use it to protect its interests. This has inevitably shifted the balance of power in the region. The message to Pakistan is clear. Its strategy of employing terrorism as a low-cost option to bleed India has reached its limits. India will not hesitate to respond with overwhelming force, targeting the very infrastructure that sustains Pakistan's military capabilities. This new reality will force Pakistan to reassess its strategic calculus. The operation has also sent a clear signal to other regional actors, particularly China. India is no longer willing to be intimidated. It will defend its territorial integrity and its interests in the Indian Ocean region with all its might. Section 9. Conclusion: a testament to India's military prowess. Operation Sindoor will be etched in the annals of Indian military history as a defining moment. It showcased the coming of age of India's armed forces. They demonstrated their ability to plan and execute a complex military operation with precision and devastating effect. The operation also highlighted the growing importance of advanced technology in modern warfare. The BrahMos missile, with its supersonic speed, pinpoint accuracy and versatility, played a starring role in the operation. It proved to be a game-changer, giving India a decisive edge over its adversary. The success of the operation has cemented the BrahMos reputation as one of the most potent weapons in the world, more than just a military victory.